Hi, I'm Senée, the Princess Guide, and it's my mission to help you become all you were created to be. Today, I want to talk about how to survive shelter in place or stay at home. Whether you're alone or with your family, this really has been a difficult time for many of us. My friends who are with their children or families are reporting more frustration and conflict than normal. And the statistics are there to confirm that, with child abuse and domestic violence cases rising in many states, including mine here in Texas. Sheltering alone is no walk in the park either, though, with many people turning to dating apps and social media as a way to meet people and have some type of human contact. However, the scammers and fakes are out in full force, and you can get really hurt by a total stranger if you're not careful. So, what can we do during this time of isolation? And how can we not only survive but thrive through it? Let's take a look. People keep asking me, how are you getting through this, especially being all by yourself? And I keep telling them that I practice what I preach. So, when I write a whole book about using gratitude every single day, that's exactly what I'm doing. In addition to other things like having dance parties by myself and finding ways to just really take care of myself and work on myself. But gratitude to me really is the key to get through all of this. So, how can we be grateful for bad things that happen, especially when it comes to a pandemic like this? Well, first, we can see that the glass is half full. If you can just find one thing every day that you're grateful for during this time, that really will make the difference because your mindset is totally going to change to a more positive outlook rather than focusing on the negative all the time. Second thing you can do is choose joy or happiness. If you can just find your happy song and sing it, dance around your house, whatever you can do to feel all that joy inside, that really will change your atmosphere and it'll change you too. The third thing is you can be grateful for everything, including this time of isolation. Use it to do the internal work and reconnect with those you love. I mean, that's really what I've done, and it's funny because on social media I see so many people eating like it's 1999, and I'm like, no, because what's going to happen is people are already showing they've gained a lot of weight over the last 2 months that we've all been cooped up. And me, I'm the opposite. I've lost weight. So the difference is I'm really taking care of myself and I'm being very mindful about how I'm spending this time and what I'm doing because I don't want even this 2 months to be a detriment and a setback. And you can prevent that by really taking care of yourself. The last thing is for those people that are looking for work or a new relationship, be sure and view rejection as protection and be grateful for it. Focus on the positive things that you've experienced. I, I've had some experiences during this time too that were disappointing, didn't really turn out the way it looked like or the way I wanted it to. But I'm so grateful for each and every one of them because they've just been like a stepping stone to take me higher up and make me a better person. And in years past, I would have dwelt on it and been upset, cried, and, woe is me, wallowed in it. I don't do that anymore because there's always a positive to every negative. And if you can just focus on that and harness that energy, that's really going to improve your life and really take you where you want to go. For those who are sheltering in place or staying at home alone with family, the first thing I would say is adjust your expectations. We're all human and we all do things that get on each other's nerves. I mean, I get on my own nerves and I'm sheltered in place alone. So I can only imagine how it would be if there were a house full of people who were sheltering together. Just use this time to show some grace and forgiveness when this happens because it's going to happen. We're all human. The other thing that I would suggest is talk about your feelings and emotions. When inappropriate behavior happens, there's typically an underlying reason why. And if you can fix that, then the problem will be fixed. One of the things that I learned when I was training to work as a qualified mental health professional with a behavioral health agency, one of the things that they taught us was sometimes you need to just ask, are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you tired? I mean, so many times that is the underlying problem. So if you can just fix those things, then the problem is solved. And I'm all about solving problems. You can also give people space and alone time. I have heard Dr. Phil and even Dr. Oz say that it's a really good idea for couples to schedule like kitchen time. And, I'm going to be in the kitchen between this time and this time, and you can have the living room or the garage or wherever. And just having that space to yourself for just a little while will help a lot. It really will help a lot. Find moments to reconnect and make memories. I've always been big on family dinners and eating dinner together as a family because when I was growing up, that's how we reconnected. That's how my grandparents found out what was going on with us. Was at the end of the day, we just sit and have dinner and spill the beans. And I've noticed that if you ask, a lot of the times you'll get information, even information you didn't really necessarily were looking for, you'll get. So just having those family dinners, having dance parties and movie nights and game nights, and that may be something that you already do, or maybe it's something you've never had time to do. And now's a great time to do those things because we all do have time. It's difficult. I know it's difficult to go from maybe working in an office all day and having the kids at school to now working at home and not only being a worker from home, but also being a chef, being a maid, being a teacher. I am hearing that is the hardest part that everybody I know is dealing with right now is actually having to homeschool their kids. It's tough. It's tough. And, it makes us really appreciate the teachers. And a lot of my friends have said how much they appreciate teachers now more than ever. And it's great. Let's definitely, act on that and work on it. But at the same time, we've got to give ourselves a break too. We're all doing so much to just keep life going right now. And you got to give yourself a break sometimes. And we'll talk about that in a second when we talk about actually sheltering in place alone. But for the moment, give yourself a break. Give your family and your children and your spouses and significant others a break. And just realize when you get frustrated that this is only temporary and it's all gonna go back to maybe not completely normal like we are used to, but it will come back to some type of normal that we can all appreciate for sure. For those who are sheltering in place or staying at home alone, like I've already mentioned, it's rough, but at the same time, I see so many benefits in it too. I mean, one big one being that when I have a meltdown or really, really just feel ornery one day, there's nobody else to witness it but me. I'm the only one who gets the fallout, and I'm the only one who gets to see it, and no one can hold it against me later. So, I mean, that's one positive from it. But what can you do to really survive this? And I would encourage you most of all to just use this time to do the internal work on yourself. I mean, we can always say, oh, I don't have time, or this is going on, or that's going on. Well, we really don't have that excuse right now. So now really is the time. Take advantage of it while you have it. And just work on those things that you've neglected or just haven't dealt with. Like learn to practice gratitude and how to love yourself first. I mean, those are two great places to start. And I've written books about both. I have one coming out about loving yourself first, actually, and the gratitude book is already out. So I'll have links to all of that in the description box. But those are two great ways. And then when you do that, then you can emerge from this not looking like the fat Barbie in the social media memes because, you were not taking care of yourself, but you can actually look like you can radiate. It's more than looking like Barbie. It's just radiating from the inside out. That's what really matters. So doing that internal work is the key to that. Another thing you can do is take care of your health. Like I just said, you don't have to eat like it's 1999. We're all still going to be here. We're not, this is not the apocalypse. I know a lot of people have been very big on doom and gloom. I do not believe that at all because I create my own reality and I'm not having that in my world. So that's one of the reasons I've had such a great time in this lockdown because I've made it a great time. I have purposed that it was going to be a great time. Yeah, it's been lonely. Yeah, of course. But at the same time, it's given me the chance to really take care of myself. I've lost weight. A lot of people are gaining it. I've lost it. And part of that is because I've been so mindful of what I'm putting into my body and how I'm caring for myself. A lot of times we don't do that. We're on the go, we're rushing all the time, and we're not really making our bodies a priority. But if we don't have our bodies, then our spirits can't function and we can't complete the mission that we were sent here to complete. So it's so vitally important. You can just use this time to cleanse your body, go on a body cleanse, just get ready for swimsuit season, work out. I mean, I know a lot of the gyms that I know about, sent me all kinds of emails about special online classes they're having and things like that. There's a lot of free stuff too out there on YouTube. So, there's really no excuse. It's just up to you. I would also recommend that you have a dance party in your house all by yourself. I've done it. It's so much fun. I mean, there are so many different DJs. I mean, D Nice is one of my favorites, but there's so many DJs out there that are actually having Instagram clubs and playing music and just that, and even just finding a song that makes you happy. I've had several. It seems like every other day there's a new song that I'm like, oh, I love that song, and I'll listen to it on repeat a million times and dance all over my house to it until I'm sick of it. But it's really brought my spirits up, and it has changed my environment. It really has. And in doing so, it's changed me. I mean, I've had lots of people say I've been on, Zoom calls and stuff, and people will say, you radiate. And I'm like, it's because I'm practicing what I preach. So being happy is a huge part of this. You can be happy in any circumstance or situation. You just have to choose to be and then laser focus on all the good you can find, even if it seems minute in the moment. The other thing I would encourage you to do is to connect with friends and family online or over the phone. I mean, my girlfriends and I have had Zoom girl nights on Zoom, and that's been great for me because one of them lives in California, the other one lives here locally, and the three of us don't actually get together that often. So just the fact that all three of us were on the same screen was so much fun, and just having that chance to reconnect again. I've had people reach out to me that I haven't talked to in a really long time, and those are all great. Those are all great things too. That reconnection, even though we can't be humanly close right now, and that's a super hard one for me because I'm a hugger. I mean, this girl needs a hug, and I haven't had one in months, but for sure the last 2 months. So that makes it difficult when touching is one of your love languages and you're alone. But you can always reach out in other ways to people. You can meet people online too through social media and dating apps. Now, I'm going to say, I know that this is huge right now because a lot of the dating apps are reporting an explosion in their traffic as well as new signups because it's the only way for people to meet anymore. You can't go to a restaurant or go to a bar or go to wherever you go to meet people, even go to work, you can't do that. So people are doing it online, and that's great. please, please be careful, because the scammers are out in full force. And it's bad enough the ones that are asking for your personal banking information, but then you get the ones that just want sex. And if that's not what you want, you've got to be very careful with that too. So, yes, meet new people, be open to meeting new people, but also be very, very careful. That's really what I would advise you. And I'm going to do a whole video about this because there's so much more to say. But for now, I will say, sure, do those things, but at the same time, just be very careful and cautious who, not only who you're talking to, but what information you're willing to give out and what you feel comfortable with. If you'd like to learn how to actually start using gratitude in your daily life, especially with what we're going through right now, then I wrote a whole book about it. It's called The Princess Guide to Gratitude. It's a really easy, short read and has a 45-day guided gratitude journal to help you really discover how to look for and identify things to be grateful for on a daily basis. It's available at theprincessguide.com. You can get autographed copies there and also ebook copies. And you can also get it at most online booksellers, including in addition to being a book author, I'm also a qualified mental health professional and I am a certified Christian counselor. So I know that many of you are having some issues that you really need to talk with someone about. And I want you to know I'm here. I'm here. I can help you. What I'm doing right now is I'm offering 50% off of all of my coaching and counseling sessions, which the counseling sessions will start out at as low as $32.50 for a 30-minute session. So if you're interested in that, I'm leaving the link below in the description box. And if for some reason you go to the website and it is regular price, in the notes box that asks for your phone number or Skype handle, just put in there that you saw the video and you want to get the 50% off, and I'll honor that, even if it's down the road and that has already passed. Some of you may be just like me a few weeks ago and plotting your escape. Although there was nowhere for me to go, so I couldn't escape. But I just want you to know that we are going to get through this, y'all. I mean, It's going to happen. And the thing is, we can come out of this so much better than we walked into it if we choose to do so. And I'm here to help you. So take a look at the links in the description box. You can find all my contact information there. And just want to encourage you that we're going to get through this and we're going to come out even better. Have a great day. Thank you so much for all the likes, comments, subscribes, and shares. I really do appreciate it. And have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.